The GOP in Arizona has granted GEO Group, which is one of the largest for-profit prison corporations, an additional $1 million in their contract. The reason why that happened is because officials from GEO Group went directly to the Arizona House Appropriations chairman, his name is John Kavanagh, and asked him for the money. It didn't go through their state lawmakers. He just made the decision on his own to give them $1 million. Now, keep in mind that GEO Group already has a contract that guarantees them a certain occupancy, and if they haven't met that occupancy, they'll still get paid for it. So let me give you an example. The state guarantees GEO Group $45 million to house minimum and medium security inmates in the 2,530 beds it oversees. Now, medium and minimum is really important there because they want the cheapest inmates, and they want to get the most money that they possibly can for the healthiest and cheapest nonviolent inmates. Okay?
Now, if you actually cared about the state and saving taxpayers' money, you'd ask a bunch of questions. You said, wait a minute now, why am I keeping the most expensive criminals, the ones that are maximum security, and I'm letting you take the least expensive ones and then pretend that you're giving me cost savings when you're actually leaving me with the most expensive guys, right? So your average per inmate is clearly going to be lower. You can't brag about that. Why wouldn't a politician ask that question if he actually cared about the taxpayers? Then why am I guaranteeing you a certain number of inmates? First of all, in a democracy, how sick is that? Because it provides an incentive for that whole system to churn out more inmates, rightly or wrongly, because we're already paying for it. We might as well fill them in. Thirdly, here's a question I'd ask. Well, if the reason I'm going to a private prison is because it's so much cheaper and it's going to save taxpayers money, why do I have to guarantee you a certain amount of vacancy or lack of vacancy, right? And certain inmate population. If I did it on my own, I wouldn't have to guarantee anything, and I could save money if we had less inmates. You see, because this isn't about saving money, it's about getting campaign donations and then giving those contracts out to the people who gave you those donations.
Yeah.
It's grotesque.
So not only do they have a guaranteed occupancy rate, which means that they will get a certain amount of money regardless of how many inmates they house, they're getting that additional $1 million added to their budget because they went straight to the Republican who's part of the committee and they said, hey, we need this money. He has received a significant amount of campaign donations from them, and that's the reason why. So we have, Ross Story did a great job. They investigated this and they have the exact amount of campaign donations he has received from GEO Group. So Representative Kavanagh received at least 6 campaign contributions from GEO Group executives and officials during his last legislative election cycle.
Yeah, wolf-pack.com. Okay, this is just nothing but bribery. That's what it is. Now, it's legalized because they get to write the laws, so conveniently they wrote a law saying it's no longer illegal for that guy to give me all this money and then for me to give your $1 million over to them. And meanwhile, pretending to be conservatives. There's nothing conservative about this kind of crony capitalism where they just give away $1 million of your money, not their money, right? Taxpayer money. And they give it away, and they imprison us while doing it. Wolf-pack.com, man. If you don't get money out of politics, they're going to grind us down. This police state, the injustice, it's overwhelming already, and it's only getting worse.